Nvidia is now one of the most powerful tech companies in the world, valued at nearly $1 trillion. But behind this success lies a tale of ambition, betrayal, and ruthless business tactics. What started as a small graphics chip company would soon dominate the gaming and AI industries, but not without leaving destruction in its wake. So sit back, relax, and get comfortable. Because today, we're diving into Nvidia's controversial rise to power and the moment they screwed Sega, changing the course of gaming history. It all started in 1993 when three ambitious engineers, Jensen Huang, Chris Malachowski, and Curtis Preem, founded Nvidia in Silicon Valley. With a modest $40,000 in funding, their goal was simple yet bold: to create the best graphics processing units, or GPUs, on the market. Huang, the charismatic leader, had a clear vision. He wanted to revolutionize how computers processed graphics, bringing cinematic realism to gaming. At the time, the gaming industry was booming, and Nvidia was hungry for a piece of that pie. Their first few years were rough. Competitors like 3DFX and ATI dominated the graphics card industry, leaving Nvidia fighting for scraps. But Huang wasn't deterred. Nvidia's breakthrough came in 1999 with the release of the GeForce 256, marketed as the world's first GPU. This wasn't just a minor upgrade, it was a game changer. The GeForce could process complex graphics faster than anything on the market, putting Nvidia on the map. As Nvidia was making waves with the GeForce, another company was struggling: Sega. In the late 90s, Sega was desperate to recapture its former glory. After the failure of the Sega Saturn, they needed a hit console to survive. Enter the Dreamcast, Sega's last hope for reclaiming the gaming throne. Sega's executives knew they needed cutting-edge technology to make the Dreamcast a success, and that's where Nvidia came in. Initially, Nvidia was in talks with Sega to supply the graphics chips for the Dreamcast. It seemed like a perfect match. Sega needed Nvidia's graphics expertise, and Nvidia was eager to break into the console market. But behind the scenes, things were far from smooth. Negotiations dragged on, and Sega began to grow frustrated with Nvidia's demands. Huang and his team, sensing Sega's desperation, started playing hardball. Nvidia demanded higher fees and more control over the design process, putting immense pressure on Sega's tight budget. Feeling cornered, Sega abruptly pulled out of negotiations and decided to go with another supplier, a smaller, lesser-known company named Video Logic. This decision would haunt Sega. The Dreamcast, though innovative, was ultimately underpowered compared to its competition, and Nvidia's absence may have played a role in its downfall. But for Nvidia, this wasn't a setback. In fact, it was an opportunity. While Sega was scrambling to save the Dreamcast, Nvidia had already moved on to bigger things. Microsoft, seeing the rising popularity of gaming consoles, decided to jump into the market with their own project, the Xbox. And they needed a powerful graphics chip to make it happen. Microsoft approached Nvidia, offering them a deal that Sega had never been willing to give: full creative control and a massive budget. This time, Nvidia wasn't just supplying a chip, they were shaping the future of gaming. Nvidia's GeForce 3-chip became the heart of the Xbox, giving the console cutting-edge graphics that left competitors in the dust. The Xbox, though a newcomer to the console wars, quickly gained traction, in a large part due to Nvidia's technology. Sega's Dreamcast, by contrast, was discontinued after just 2 years. Behind closed doors, Sega executives were furious. Nvidia had turned their back on Sega, and now their chips were powering a rival console that helped bury the Dreamcast. Some within Sega believed Nvidia had deliberately sabotaged their chances by dragging out negotiations, only to leap into bed with Microsoft at the first opportunity. Huang, of course, denied any foul play, but the timing couldn't have been more convenient for Nvidia. Nvidia's partnership with Microsoft solidified their reputation as the go-to company for cutting-edge graphics. But that was just the beginning. Jensen Huang was never content with simply being the best in gaming. He wanted Nvidia to be the best in everything. In the early 2000s, Nvidia began expanding its influence beyond gaming, venturing into industries like professional graphics, AI, and even autonomous vehicles. They acquired smaller companies left and right, consolidating power and pushing competitors like 3DFX out of the market entirely. By 2006, Nvidia had developed Cuda, a revolutionary software platform that allowed developers to use their GPUs for more than just gaming. This move opened the door for Nvidia to dominate industries like deep learning, scientific research, and cryptocurrency mining. But while Nvidia was thriving, their ruthlessness in business had earned them enemies. The company had been embroiled in multiple lawsuits over patent infringement and anti-competitive practices. In 2008, they were forced to settle with rival AMD for over $1 billion after being accused of unfair business tactics. Yet, none of this slowed them down. As the 2010s rolled on, Nvidia found themselves at the forefront of another revolution: artificial intelligence. Their GPUs, originally designed for gaming, had proven to be perfect for AI computations. Companies like Google, Tesla, and Amazon began using Nvidia's chips for AI research and development, making Nvidia indispensable in the tech world. By 2020, Nvidia's stock had skyrocketed, with the company now valued in the hundreds of billions. Their dominance in both gaming and AI was undeniable, and Jensen Huang's as a visionary. But Nvidia's meteoric rise wasn't without controversy. In 2021, they attempted to acquire ARM Holdings, a British semiconductor and software company, in what would have been one of the largest tech deals in history. The deal was seen as Nvidia's play to monopolize the chip industry, giving them control over both CPUs and GPUs. However, regulators worldwide saw the deal as too dangerous, fearing that Nvidia's dominance could stifle innovation. Under immense pressure, Nvidia was forced to abandon the acquisition in 2022. Still, the failed deal only furthered Nvidia's reputation as a company willing to push boundaries, no matter the cost. Today, Nvidia stands as a tech powerhouse, driving advancements in gaming, AI, and beyond. Their chips are everywhere, from data centers to electric vehicles. But Nvidia's ascent wasn't without casualties. Sega, once a giant in gaming, was left behind, casualty of Nvidia's relentless ambition. The rise of Nvidia, built on deals and betrayals, serves as a reminder of how far some companies will go to dominate the tech world. The question now is, what's next for this tech titan? And speaking of legendary rises, have you ever wondered how Rolls-Royce became the epitome of luxury? Click on the next video and we'll uncover the fascinating story behind one of the most iconic names in automotive history. Cheers!